Hello and welcome to my video. I'm going to share a little bit about what has changed since reaching 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, the crazy milestone that everyone speaks about. So absolutely nothing has changed, but also everything has changed. I didn't blow up overnight. I still have an autoimmune disease. I still wake up feeling the exact same way that I went to sleep. Mostly everything in my life is kind of exactly the same. But at the same time, everything is different. But most importantly, there has been a lot of change over the years, even if it might not be completely obvious. A lot of the changes are not physical. You can't really see them, you can't measure them, but I can feel them internally, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. I am the middle child in my family. I spend what I feel is a lot of time being ignored and just left to do my own thing. This isn't to shame anyone, it's just simply the truth. I was never particularly exceptional at school. In fact, I really struggled. I spent a lot of time in my head, a lot of time daydreaming to pass the time, and I felt that this reality was really difficult for me. It was hard for me to kind of do the things that I felt like everyone else could do so easily. I was diagnosed with a life-changing autoimmune disease when I was 16 years old called multiple sclerosis. And this diagnosis was a huge shock to me, but it also made a lot of sense. A lot of sense about why I was struggling in school, why I would get numb legs, why I would feel a lot of pain, why I would have a lot of brain fog. And it was basically the explanation as to why I felt pretty abnormal in comparison to everyone else and why I wasn't really coping. So multiple sclerosis was really intense for me, and it was an intense thing to deal with, especially at 16, and I often felt like I didn't have a huge support system. My family was amazing and they cared for me as much as they could. However, speaking about my illness was something that was really scary for them. So I kind of felt like everyone ignored my disease and pretended that it wasn't there. Now that I'm older, I can understand that this was just one of the ways in which they were trying to help me, and they thought that focusing too much on the illness would make me scared. But what it actually did was made me feel really invisible. And the same thing happened at school. I felt that the teachers were not really kind about it. I had an exam paper snatched away from me, and by law, people with multiple sclerosis are supposed to get extra time during their tests and exams. So overall, I felt invisible. I felt like there was a general lack of support, and I didn't know how to cope. So during that time, of course, I was watching YouTube like so many other people, and I really found comfort and solace in an online environment. I've been watching YouTube since I was 12 years old, honestly, like so many people. And like I said, during those times, especially when I got diagnosed with the disease, YouTube was a place that I found a lot of safety and security in. I used to film videos when I was 12 years old, really wanting to post them on YouTube, but I always had this overwhelming sense that I was weird and different and that people would judge me, and I've just always had quite a low self-esteem and always felt very insecure, always felt extremely judged. Whether that's the truth or not, it really deeply affected me. So throughout those years, I was watching YouTube, pre-diagnosis and post-diagnosis. It was a beautiful online space where I felt like I could connect with other people, connect with like-minded people, and find people all over the world. So like I said, I always wanted to upload videos, but I was always absolutely terrified to do it. I always felt too scared to kind of take the plunge and just go for it. As someone who kind of grew up feeling like they were largely invisible and that they didn't have a voice, I also developed a passion for writing. Writing was one of the ways that I could express myself, and it's still one of the ways that I use to cope with this crazy, precarious human experience. And I really value writing, art, and just using your voice in ways through creativity. Currently completing my first novel, and I'm also finishing my master's in English. And so writing has been a great creative outlet for me. But more than that, I also really wanted to film and to create visual imagery for my writing and just have a creative outlet that was different to writing, a way that I can use my voice, but also a way that I can feel seen, a way that I don't have to always feel so invisible. This was exactly what I wanted to start doing, was to start using my voice and start being a little bit more out there and challenging myself to be seen, to take up more space. I finally built up the courage to start sharing on YouTube. It was mainly to create a positive, like-minded community built on kindness, wellness, and spirituality. multiple sclerosis has been a really difficult journey for me, and I often found that when I would try and look up other people with MS or look up support groups, and I often found that a lot of the platforms that have been designed to help people with MS were basically just filled with a lot of doom and gloom, and they didn't feel aligned for me. So I wanted to share my journey living with an autoimmune disease and show that it doesn't have to rule your life, it doesn't have to ruin your life, and you can still have an amazing quality of life through spirituality and wellness and overall positive living. Of course, I also think it's important to share the reality. So it's okay if things are painful. It's okay if you're still struggling. That's part of the healing journey, is going through the different experiences, understanding that there are two sides of the same coin and that you're allowed to ebb and flow. That felt really important to me. Beyond having an autoimmune disease, I'm also a multi-dimensional person. I'm a writer, I'm a creative, I teach yoga, I do Reiki healing. I've healed myself in so many different ways, from an abusive relationship to years and years of the most painful vaginismus and vulvodynia. So I have gone through a lot of healing in my life with regards to my autoimmune disease, my desire to share with the world my creativity, the vaginismus and vulvodynia, abusive relationship. All of that has been super intense, but all of that I've managed to heal and work through spirituality and wellness. So one of the most important things to me now, sharing on this channel, is to be multidimensional. I want to share about MS, but I also want to show the incredible, slow living, peaceful life that I've created for myself by having strong boundaries, healing my inner demons, healing my shadow, and stepping into my light. And to stop being so scared to exist in the world and to actually say that, hey, I do exist. So when I started posting, which I didn't do consistently, and I've always struggled with consistency because I let the voices in my head tell me that I'm doing something silly, that I should be spending time doing something else, that there's far more productive ways to spend time. But if you've watched my creativity video, I say that I actually don't think there's anything more important, any better way to spend time than creating art, creating magic in the world. Creative expression is actually really important, and it's really nourishing for our souls. So the more I started posting, and the more I'm challenging myself to post, and especially now, I'm challenging myself to be more consistent and to stop letting the voices in my head stop me, and to stop letting them dictate what I do and don't do. I still managed to get 1,000 subscribers, and I'm so grateful for that. I really genuinely am, because every video I uploaded and every time I did it has been me refusing to listen to the voices in my head that tell me that I'm not good enough, that tell me that I should stay invisible, and that tell me that I'm not worthy of taking up space. Every single video that I have edited, filmed, uploaded, and actually showed my face and showed myself has been so powerful for me to heal my wounds, my insecurities, and my fear of other people judging me. 1,000 subscribers may seem like a really small number, but to me, it is a world. And it is so incredible, it is so powerful, and it is something that I value so much. To connect with people where we can create a positive community. This is something that I have always wanted myself, and something that I would love to continue cultivating. So if you're someone that has a dream, I challenge you to pursue it, to be consistent enough, and to believe that you're worthy enough to commit to. I think that that's the most important thing, is believing that your dreams are worthy enough to commit to. We spend so much of our time committing to other people's dreams, to nurturing other people's visions, and I think that that is beautiful. But I often think that we don't always give ourselves the same grace that we give other people. I think that that is the biggest thing and the most important thing that has changed since I got 1,000 YouTube subscribers, is it is a testament to how many times I fought my own demons to kind of get here, to take up space, and to stand tall in my power and share regardless of who is watching. Even if some people might think that it's a super small number, it's huge to me, because I know that there's people out there that are connecting in some way. So my advice for you, if you want to also post on YouTube, is to not let the demons in your head stop you. I know that it's scary to take up space. I really understand how terrifying that might be. You might think that so many people are judging you, that people are going to laugh at you, But honestly, no one is judging you. You're judging yourself the most. And if people are judging you, let them. I spent way too many years being afraid to stand in my light, being afraid to share, being afraid of sharing myself. And the only person that hurt was myself. It didn't hurt anyone else. Stopping myself from sharing things that make me happy, from doing my passion, only hurt me. So when you stop yourself from doing something that you really want to do, the only person that's going to suffer with regret is you. My next piece of advice is to share authentically and to share from the heart. I think that people can tell when you're not sharing something that you've actually gone through, something that means a lot to you and something that is so authentic to you. What you can give to other people when you've actually experienced that is so powerful. So share authentically. Everyone has a unique experience. Find your own unique experience, find your own unique take on things and share from that place. And then finally, be consistent. I'm terrible at this. I struggle with consistency, but this is something that I'm really going to work on because truly it kind of is the only way that you can achieve your goals. I'm writing a novel. I have seen that all the work I put in every single day, even if it's only 500 words, 1,000 words, all of that adds up and that will create a novel. You don't write a novel in a day. You write a novel by writing a couple hundred words every single day, and over time you have a novel. So apply the same thing to YouTube, apply the same to your gym goals, apply the same to your life goals. You have to do a little bit every day, and through that consistency, through that discipline, you get what you want. And you have to believe that you're worthy enough to commit to. You have to believe in yourself. So overall, I hope that you continue to pursue your dreams. I hope that you commit to yourself. I hope that you commit to your vision. And I really hope you don't let fear stop you. This is the year of not letting fear stop you. And I'm going to really commit to myself to show myself that I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to finish my novel this year, and I'm also going to upload more YouTube videos. So overall, my friends, this is the year that we stop letting fear dictate our lives. This is the year when we go for our dreams and we commit to ourselves and we believe that we are worthy enough to commit to. I hope that you go out and pursue your dreams. Lots of love.